viewers, I'm here to tag you another tag time today. And today I have a very vibrant, very beautiful, dynamic person who is always behind big things, what we do and what we achieve as Canadians who are living and contributing in this whole system. Her name is Salma Siddiqui. Welcome to our show.
Thank you, Sadia.
Salma, I always ask whoever comes here that our viewers like to share a little bit about your background, your family life, and your achievements. So let's start with your family life. How would you take us to your background and how you came where you came to?
Well, I came when I was not yet 9 years old. I came from Pakistan with my immediate family, and I've lived in Canada, in Ottawa, since that time. I came here in 1967, and since that time, Canada has been home, and we were a very small family, father, mother, and 3 sisters, and I've done all my education here, and since that time, we have been living in Canada. That's
You're doing a lot of work, a lot of activism with Muslim community for their rights, for their standing for with you. You're taking actually the voice of the people to the people where it should reach. So how would you like to share your views and your journey towards it?
well, I try to work as a Canadian and non-religious. Like, I like to separate the religion and state. So I work against the extremism that we have been seeing lately, or it's been going on for a little while, and that's what has brought my interest out in the Muslim community. The fact that I'm working on the progressive side, which is quiet, I'm working against fundamentalist and extremism, and that's what I do.
So, what are your views about immigration? Because government, conservatives government right now is having a lot of pressure regarding those changes they have done into the laws and all that. So, what is your view about that?
Well, I believe that immigration has changed. Pre-70 immigration was basically immigrants coming with basically well educated. I'm talking mostly about Pakistan. Indians have done very well. They have been doing well throughout, As far as Pakistani immigration is concerned, I always like to describe it as a pre-70. When my parents came here, we were young people, where they brought in and instilled in us the values of Canadianism. Now, post-70, mostly post-80, the immigrants who are coming from Pakistan are mostly immigrants who are coming with the Saudi influence. And these immigrants that are coming are mostly those who are coming for the economic class. And I am totally against that.
So, when we talk about all these issues, necessarily come the issue of women rights, which is another point which our present government, who's contestant for the next one, because officially they are done yesterday or day before. So, what do you view about the women right movement they are taking, and in context of the immigrants who are coming and bringing their ideas? Where do you think?
Well, I am for their bills that they have come up. The bill is escaping my mind about forced marriages and all that. We have appeared, as you know, in the committee on the conservative side. So it's a controversial thing. So some people take it as if it's Islamophobic. To me, it is not. The fact that these women are coming to Canada, there is no polygamy allowed, although privately we know of very many polygamous marriages, not only from the Muslim community or the Sikh community or others. There are some Canadian, for example, Mormons, they are getting married. So I think it's a welcome situation as far as I'm concerned, and I support that.
So you have a very good channel of CPCMO. That
Right.
is your, I always call it, that's your achievement, because to stand out for that kind of a cause, it's very difficult to make a standing, and then standing like under umbrella of an organization. So what are your challenges and your goals about that?
Oh, first of all, it's not just my achievement, it's the achievement of my colleagues, and I would like to name a couple of them. It was actually Tahir, your husband, who pushed for it, and also Suhail Raza, and Salim Mansoor. So these three gentlemen gave me that forum, and it's not just my forum, it's everybody's forum, and they're working very hard. As you know, the progressives are very few in number, we have no money, but we work hard and we want to achieve a lot. We are not getting any grants from any foreign government, so the challenges are all there. And I think our biggest achievement is that we are being recognized as a progressive voice. And so that is one step, because divided we will never achieve what we are looking for. Together we achieve the goal, and I think it's everybody's effort, not just mine. And you're a part of it, that too, Sadia.
Yes, we are all together in that cause, because liberation is very important, and to think accordingly, according to time, is very important. So while I was talking about your difficulties, I would like to know what do you see in future? What are the policies you look forward to be the part of the system in future?
Wow, that's a loaded question, and I ideally would like to see that CPCMO, Coalition of Progressive Canadian Muslim Organization, become a voice which drives policies. Unfortunately, all the political parties, and I cannot say anyone is better than the other, at the time of the vote, they will look out for every vote. And that is one thing we need to say, like, look, we are working hard. Don't spoil it at the last minute and go running after votes. We want to be a policy drivers. We want the government to listen to us as to where the Muslim community should be, you know, where the mosques should be, where the mullahs should be, you know, and what is happening where the radicalization is taking place. Now today we look at ISIS and everybody is totally in awe of ISIS. What is happening in the second layer? Which second layer I call that as the Salafi movements, the Iranian movements. What is happening there? We are totally forgetting that. So everything is ISIS. ISIS is another problem, but we still have the problem of radicalization, and we need to see what is happening there.
So that is a very true thing which you have said, that radicalization brings fundamentalism and it destroys, it's winning that we want to want your way or my way.
Exactly.
So that is very disturbing element in here. So as you said that the people who are immigrating from 70s to 80s, now they are different, their viewpoint is different. So what do you see the changes in Canada in respect of the time you came here and you groomed here and you grew here? So what are the differences now and then?
The fact that when I came here as a child, I basically grew up with everyone who was here. We didn't have just Pakistani friends or Muslim friends or anyone. We grew up with what Canada is. Today you see young people only associating with their own ethnic groups. So there is really no, like for example, you know, you talk to a Pakistani young person, they will always say back home. They're born here. Why back home? Either you take Canada as home or you don't take Canada as home. So the fact is, the new immigrants who are coming here, who are just coming for passports, I have a big problem with them, because really they are just coming here, and the fact is, it creates problems for us. They come here, they take the passports, and they go back. Their loyalties are to whatever country they are coming from. They are putting more burden on us, because they come here every year just to have a good time. We are giving their health, our health dollars are going towards them. The education they are getting for their kids is subsidized. So it's a win-win for them, and it's a lose-lose for us. So that's where the difference is.
So what were your difficulties, because you immigrated from a very different and very difficult country? So what were the difficulties you faced as an immigrant to emerge to the position you're holding now?
You will be surprised. There were no difficulties. My parents instilled certain values, and we have lived through that. We have been successful. Of course, we had to work hard. We came from a pretty good, well-settled family in Pakistan. Again, when we came here, there were no domestic help, nothing. So we had to adjust to that. But as far as being a Canadian and calling this home, I've had no issues. I started a business, and my first landlord was a Jewish landlord. And one of the clients I got, who was from Muslim background, asked me, well, you are renting from a Jewish person? And I said, yes. And he said, well, we don't support you. This was way back then, And I said, you're also renting from the same person. So the fact is that, like, those who have got biases will always have biases. We had none, and we never came across much of a problem. I mean, everyday problem people do have. It's not because I'm off color or I am from a different background, but it's people to people interaction. And I think we are blessed. We have been pretty, we have had a good time, but we have earned it.
That is very well said. So now we will come back to the point that what do you see the change in youth? Because now the people who have immigrated long ago, their generations are grown ups, and they are part of the system, very much part of the system, and they are having a lot of concerns about the policies the government is making. So what is your view towards that?
Again, can you just explain this question?
Yes, the youth who's grown up
Yes.
here, they are having a lot of concerns with the government policies towards the immigrants. So what do you see their future in here?
Again, I think you have to differentiate between the youth that is having that issue and the youth that are well settled. So the youth that you see who are having these problems, and I will come to the Muslim community here, because I don't want to comment on another community, because the fact that these youth are being radicalized in a certain way, that look, this, for example, Bill C-51, there's a hue and cry, this is against the Muslims. It's definitely not against the Muslims. If you want to make it against the Muslims, yes. So when the mentors or the elders come and tell the youth, this is against the Muslims, the youth who do not have any really confidence in themselves, or the family is also feeling victimized, they have this problem. But if you look at the young Muslims, those who are not participating in any of these activities, those who are going day to day, 9 to 5 people, they are fine. Our people are getting, our young people are, getting promotions the way they should be. Again, if there are others who are non-immigrants who also have issues, so we should really look at that. Life is an issue. What do we want to make out of that?
And then we have to be clear about that it's not Muslim issue, it's a Canadian issue.
It's an issue that you can create that as a Muslim issue. Again, I said to someone once, Muslims are neither villains nor are they victims. So we need to have a clear idea of who we are and not get involved in the mosque establishment where the radicalization is the only issue, and move forward.
So you're a woman by yourself also, and the one marriage bill was a huge issue because there are 3 marriages in Muslim culture, 4 marriages.
4
in
marriages.
Muslim
Yes, you are being
culture.
kind. Yes.
Yes. So what do you feel about that? How would you view that?
As a woman, if I have someone who wants to have 4, I would not be with them. So I have no issue with that.
Your daily life, you apart from your activism and your passion, what do you do as a profession?
I own a business. I own a quite successful travel management company. It's a very different kind of a. Today, travel agencies are different than travel management companies. Travel management companies are the ones who are going after big contracts, and so we do that. And it's a very complex situation. My agency, my travel management company, just finished the FIFA World Cup, which is a huge thing. And if there was any racism going on, I would not have gotten that. So I run a successful travel management company. We employ people. We are Canadians who give back, and also I'm in government relations too. That's as part of my business, and I sit on a few boards. One being the Forum of Federations, and I'm very proud to be a Canadian member of Forum of Federations. We're just opening another, launched another NGO which is called Forum of Freedom and Democracy, and that is more to get the countries that are not democratic and devolving the decentralization and all that. We are bringing democracy to them. So I'm happy, that's what I do, that's my passion.
I have seen you passionately, selflessly working towards the cause you believe in. That is what I like about you a lot. If you're given a chance, I mean, there are 2 different type of things you're doing. One is totally, and they are both consuming type of businesses. I would say one is your passion and one is your business. But when it comes to devote yourself, what would you like to, if you are given a chance to do something, what would you like to pick between both?
Between both, I have to live, so it's business for sure. But this is my passion.
With passion we live.
Yes.
Viewers, I hope you have enjoyed our talk with Salma Siddiqui. You have seen that we have so many people who are cherishing this country as it has come to the point after all the work people have done and the society has done. We bring the changes for betterment, for a better system, for a better society. We should always take a step forward, not 2 steps back. That is what is in owning a country, a place, and living into a house and saying, I'm going to be the part of positive change into that. We all are special, we all are unique individuals. We need to work towards things to get them achieved. I always say Canada is a beautiful country. It welcomes everybody. It gives chance to everyone. The thing is, we have to own our home. We have to claim it, and we have to prove it. With these words, I say thank you to Ms. Salma Siddiqui.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching me today.